Bill O'Reilly here. You are listening to the O'Reilly Update, sponsored by Tax Network USA, America's #1 choice for tax resolution. Please go to tnusa.com/bill or call 800-245-6000. Coming up next, the news with Mike Slater.
Thank you, Bill. It's Thursday, September 19th, 2024. Here's what's happening today in America. Rates cut, more exploding devices, Teamsters vote, and the congressional gold medal. That's all coming up. Then Bill's going to be here with your message of the day. But first, the Federal Reserve has cut interest rates by 0.5 percentage point. This is the first rate cut since 2020. This could be what some call a preemptive rate cut, meaning too soon. They did that in 1965, 1967, and 1988. Each time there was a short economic boost, but then long-term inflation problems yet again. The policy-making body at the Fed is expecting another 0.5 percentage point by the end of this year, and then a whole point over the course of 2025. But who knows? Inflation peaked at 9% in 2022, but we're still above the Fed target of 2%. It's also rare for the Fed to make this decision so close to an election. Policy rates were left unchanged for the 12 months before the 2020, 2016, 2012, and 2000 elections. More devices are exploding across Lebanon. Now, walkie-talkies. This is just a day after a bunch of pagers exploded, injuring up to 3,000 Hezbollah members and killing at least 12. This new round of explosions has killed at least 20 and injured 450 more. This is according to the Lebanese Health Ministry. The Lebanese Civil Defense said they're also working to extinguish fires in 60 homes and stores that started after the walkie-talkies exploded. The International Brotherhood of Teamsters, the Teamsters Union, one of the most prominent unions in the country, said they will not endorse any presidential candidate this year. 1.3 million union members, all different types of professions. They've endorsed a Democrat every year from 1992 on. They said this year they're not endorsing anyone. This is a bigger blow for Kamala. But they said they found no definitive support among members for either party's nominee. But they also released their internal polling of their 1.3 million members. 60% for Trump, 34% for Kamala. That, I guess, wasn't definitive enough for them. The Congressional Gold Medal was presented to the families of Katherine Johnson, Dorothy Vaughan, Mary Jackson, and Christine Darden at the U.S. Capitol. These are the women who worked as mathematicians and computers for NASA. Dorothy Vaughan's father always told her, "You're no better than anyone else, and no one's better than you." The author of the book Hidden Figures said that disposed her to seeing the hardships of her life as fate shared by everyone and her good fortunes as an unearned blessing. I'm Mike Slater, Bill O'Reilly with your message of the day. Next.
Did you know every day is a perfect day for peace of mind? With American Home Shield Warranty, you are covered for unexpected breakdowns like leaky faucets or faulty water heaters. Choose a plan that fits your budget and rest easy knowing repairs and replacements are taken care of. Simply contact American Home Shield when an issue arises, and their trusted pros will handle it according to your coverage. Don't let worries about appliances and home systems weigh you down. Celebrate the reassurance of protection. Don't worry, be warranty. For 20% off plans, visit ahs.com/bill. For more details, see ahs.com/contracts for coverage details, including limit amounts, fees, limitations, and exclusions. Time now for the O'Reilly Update message of the day. On this Thursday, writing online, Robert Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump Jr. opine that the Biden administration is putting the world at risk by failing to pull back from the war in Ukraine. The unlikely duo posits that Washington should somehow mediate a ceasefire that would tamp down the threat of nuclear war. So let's take a realistic look. Putin's aggression is not working for him. The Russian economy is tottering, and the wartime draft is deeply unpopular. Russian casualties now exceed 300,000, according to the British intelligence agencies. And hardened criminals are being sent to the front lines instead of military people. But Putin is a psychopath who could use nuclear weapons if his generals allow it. The war criminal understands that nukes are his only card, so caution is responsible here. Donald Trump will not be specific, but says he can quickly end the Ukraine conflict. Maybe. He does have some kind of undefined relationship with Vlad the Terrible. Biden has no chance to end anything. If he did, it would have happened already. Vice President Harris, it seems, is clueless. If you ask her about Ukraine, she's likely to tell you about her middle-class upbringing. At this point, Washington should make a public appeal to begin peace talks. Zelensky has to agree. Nobody knows what Putin will do. But the juniors are correct. Make the overture, Joe. You can host them at Rehoboth Beach. I'm Bill O'Reilly. I approve the message by writing it. Now let's go to the mail. Paul Ryan, Scarborough, Canada. Bill, watch some of Trump's town hall from Michigan. Appears he might be taking your advice. Less petty attacks, more substance. Let's hope so. Okay, that's the ticket to ride right into the White House. Appreciate you watching up there in Canada. Carlos Fernandez, Santander, Spain. Donald Trump has been the most divisive president in my lifetime. I've never heard a Republican or Democrat president use the kind of incendiary rhetoric that Trump routinely uses on the stump. Well, I understand you've never heard that, but Andrew Jackson and Teddy Roosevelt rival Donald Trump in the rhetoric department. They didn't hold back, particularly Jackson. And if you didn't like what Jackson said, he'd shoot you. So that's, of course, all in confronting the presidents. I appreciate you watching over there, Carlos. Michael Ferrulo, Boston, Mass. I'm generally left-leaning, but enjoy watching your YouTube channel. Thank you. My question regards the economy under Kamala Harris. If she is to beat Donald Trump, I keep hearing they'll be paying more as individuals, but I don't know where that comes from. It comes from basic economics. If you tax companies and corporations more, as the vice president promises to do, they pass that along to you, the consumer. So if you're going to buy the new Apple phone that comes out, and Apple's got to pay 8% more in federal tax, your phone's going to cost at least 8%. Apple probably tack on another 2 or 3%. That's how it goes. In a moment, something you might not know. Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. America is at a breaking point. Record inflation, interest rates, debt. The last thing we need is more reckless government spending and higher taxes, and they could happen. But a Harris presidency could bring us into that zone, plus a hit to your retirement savings. So protect your savings with American Hartford Gold. They'll help you secure your retirement by diversifying with physical gold and silver. Start with a simple phone call. They'll guide you through the process, even deliver gold and silver right to your door, or place it directly in your IRA or 401k. Don't wait. These safe haven assets can protect you in an economic crisis. Call or text American Hartford Gold today. Tell them O'Reilly sent you to get up to $15,000 of free silver on qualifying orders. Call 877-444-GOLD, 877-444-GOLD Gold, or text GOLD to 65532. Again, that's 877-444-GOLD, or text GOLD to 65532. Now, the O'Reilly Update brings you something you might not know. 64 years ago this week, Chubby Checker's song, The Twist, became a national phenomenon. The iconic dance tune took over radio stations and TVs across the country. Here is the story of The Twist. In 1959, Hank Ballard and the Midnighters recorded the song, but it didn't go anywhere. It peaked at number 28 on the charts. A local DJ in Baltimore recommended the song to Dick Clark, host of American Bandstand. Clark tried to book Ballard on the show, but could not. So Dick searched for local musicians in Philly with a similar sound. He chose Chubby Checker and organized a last-minute recording session. Chubby soon appeared on American Bandstand and the Dick Clark Saturday Night Show. The song became an immediate sensation. it was most popular with parents. Chubby Checker capitalized for his entire career, releasing Let's Twist Again in 1961 and Slow Twistin' a year later. He recorded the song in Italian, German, and French. By 1965, Chubby had 22 top 40 hits, including The Fly and the Pony, The Twist. Even had 2 movies named after it, Don't Knock the Twist and Twist Around the Clock. The dance also made an appearance in Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction. And here's something else you might not know. In 1962, the twist reached number 1 again, becoming the second tune to take the top spot on 2 separate occasions. The first, Bing Crosby's White Christmas. The twist has been added to the National Recording Registry at the Library of Congress for its, quote, cultural, artistic, and historical importance. Back after this. Is your finance software not cutting it? Check out Ramp. Ramp is the corporate card and spend management software designed to help you save time and money. Ramp gives finance teams unprecedented control and insight into expenses. With Ramp, you're able to issue cards to every employee with limits and restrictions and automate expense reporting so you can stop wasting time at the end of every month. Ramp is very easy to use, saves you money whether you have 5 or 5,000 employees. Businesses save an average of 5% the first year. Right now, you can get $250 when you join Ramp. Just go to ramp.com/no-spin. Ramp.com/no-spin. Please note, cards issued by Sutton Bank and Celtic Bank, members FDIC, terms and conditions apply. Thank you for listening to the O'Reilly Update. I am Bill O'Reilly. No spin, just facts, and always looking out for you.